Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Akshay. Today I'm going to share with you 5 differences between postgrad diploma and master's program. I hope these differences will help you decide which program suits best for your case. Okay, let's get started with the topic, with the categories first. So the first category that I'm going to talk is the admission process for each of the course. For both postgrad diploma and masters, you would need to have your undergrad education completed. But for postgrad diploma course, you might there is no minimum score required. But for masters, a minimum of 70% in your undergrad will be required to get an admission. The second requirement is IELTS examination. So both the courses will require you to have an IELTS completed. For the postgrad diploma, you might get off by just scoring a minimum score of 6 in each category. But for masters, you might require a minimum score of 7 in each of the categories. There are some universities which might require you to have a GRE score as well. So check out, be sure that you check out the admission process for each of the universities that you apply. So the second major category is the tuition fees. The tuition fees for postgrad diploma for each semester approximately would be around $8,500. But and for a master's degree, each semester would be around $11,000 to $13,000 per semester. But do not just compare the tuition fees. You also have to think about the duration of the course, how many semesters you will have to do for each of the course type. So please watch out how many semesters would be required for your course, and then you can calculate the total fees that you'll have to pay for the entire course. That's about the tuition fees. The next category that I'm going to talk is the value of the education. You might have guessed the master's education is much more valued than a postgrad diploma, which is true. But one other thing that I wanted to add is, if you decide to go back to your hometown, or if you want to migrate to some another country, or if you want to go to US or any other country that you prefer, your master's education will be valued and recognized in all of the countries around the world. But postgrad diploma course is designed in a way that it's focused mostly on the Canadian market and Canadian industry standards. So that's one of the major differences that I would see in the value of education. The next major thing to watch out is the job opportunities. Please note, none of the institutions will conduct a career fair or a direct interview with the employer for you to get a job, but it's all on yourself to find a job. But with a postgraduate diploma, for a student with no experience in his hometown, he might start at a technician level position, whereas for the same student with a master's degree, he might get an engineer in trainee position in a company. So that's the major thing with the job. One another thing that I want to add here, make sure that the job you decide you end up doing is a recognized job by the Canadian job market. Make sure your job is within the NOC 0A or B, which will help you in the PR process. Okay, the next major difference I want to talk is your status after your education. So every student will apply for work permit after their course completion. For most of the master's courses, each student gets a minimum of 3 years of work permit after their education. But for postgrad diploma, please be cautious that the work permit depends on the total duration of your course. If your course duration is less than 8 months, you might not get a work permit at all. if your course is between 9 months to 2 years, your work permit depends on the total duration of your course. Let's say you did your course stretches for 16 months, then you might get a work permit for 16 months. So this is the major thing to look out when you decide a course, because work permit is essential for any international student. And also please note, for a student graduating from a master's course, he is eligible to apply for permanent residency through a provincial nominee program for each of the province, even before getting a job, even before getting 1 year of experience in Canada, which is a great advantage for a master's candidate. And one other thing that I want to add up with the status, whenever you choose a college to do your education, make sure that your college is a recognized college by the government. By that I mean each institute is given a designated number, which would specify that the institute is eligible to conduct education or courses for the international students. By chance, if you end up doing your course in a college that's not recognized, you might not get a work permit after your education, and you might be asked to leave the country. So make sure you check out that, and I've left a link below for you to see if your college and the course is eligible, or it has a designated learning institution number to it or not. That is all I have for today. Thanks for watching. Please share, subscribe, like, and comment, and leave your comments below if you have any doubts. I'll try to answer and at the best of my capabilities. Thanks for watching.